What's up, guys? It's Sean Korea with Team Dudescent here, bringing to you another video. This time around, it's going to be a deck profile video of the newly updated Imperialdramon deck in the BT17 format. Imperialdramon is definitely a tier 1 deck, arguably the best deck of the format in my opinion. It just has so many answers to every single deck, Ancient Garuru, Nume, Omni, really like anything out there, it has the answer to. Partition is broken, and the new option is just so broken. I've been having some really great success with this deck. The only time I really lose is when I was learning the deck, and also when it breaks, which surprisingly isn't too often. It's just when it happens real bad. Anyone who's played Imperialdramon knows that to be a fact. But for the most part, I'd say the deck is pretty consistent and is definitely a contender for best deck in format. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking and get to the video. So for my eggs, I have 4 of the BT12 Demi Vmon. When attacking, if you have a green Digimon in play, draw 1. Pretty much everyone's running the +1 KDP egg. I just started using this egg. I was on the DP egg before. Honestly, it's really good. I won't fault you if you use the DP egg instead of this one. For me, I just wanted to give this a shot, and then in one of the tournaments, I was just like, oh my god, the draw power is like insane. I know the draw power can already be kind of good, and with all the searching. But with the Demi Vmon, you can really just make sure that you do not brick and you see every single piece that you need every single time. I will say that the only time there have been times where I'm like, damn, I really wish this was a DP egg. In those scenarios, it would be like in the Imperialdramon mirror, where it's like a Paildramon swinging onto each other. Like if you don't have the DP egg, they can swing over you. Of course, you should be able to play around that depending on the stack. I haven't lost the mirror yet. I'm like 4-0 against the mirror, so it helps, but it's not necessary. Yeah, I don't know, the consistency of this egg is just really good. Being able to draw multiple times is really cracked. So for the rookies, I have 4 of the BT12 Vmon. This is self-explanatory. You search 3 at Imperialdramon are free, and then Davis as well. So really great card in the deck, best rookie easily, and then you get to end of turn Jogres, which you absolutely need. Next up for the Vmons, we have 4 of the promo Vmon, the movie promo Vmon. It reduces Digivolution cost by 1 if you have a Tamer, and then you get even more draw power if it's 2 or more cards when attacking. I really love this Vmon too. Usually, I mean, obviously you really need this Vmon, but the promo Vmon is just really good, again, for unbreaking your hand, seeing those pieces you need, and utilizing that memory by reducing the Digivolution cost. Next up for the Wormmons, we have 4 of the BT12 Wormmon. Again, self-explanatory, not really going to go into that. The only thing I don't like about this is that it grabs a Ken, so it'll whiff on your memory setter Davis. Otherwise, it does the same thing as the other Vmon. Also, I guess Paildramon digivolves for 3 into Worm, which I guess sometimes you want, sometimes you don't. Most of the time, I don't want that. But anyways, the last rookie I'm playing is one of the BT16 Wormmon. On start of main, on play, you get to digivolve from the trash with a reduced digivolution cost of 1 into any of your level 4s. And then when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Really clutch if you're missing one of those pieces. And let's say it's like the game's been played a decent amount. I've used this guy a crap ton. It's really good in those desperate situations where you need that specific piece. But like, let's say you can't find it, it's usually going to be in the trash. Next up for the level 4s, we have XVmon. I mean, come on now. I don't even need to explain this. You gain a memory when you DNA Digivolves, gives it jamming, which the deck absolutely needs. if you are going to be swinging like crazy with your Paildramon. You need to have the jamming, which is why there's also another XVmon from EX4. It has jamming itself, which doesn't really come up much because I'm almost never really swinging with this guy. I mean, you can, but it's really not happening. The Inheritable just gives jamming, and it's an XVmon name. Moving on to the Stingmons, of course, four of these guys. I know some people run it at 3. I just like it at 4 because it gains you memory. Memory manipulation in this deck can be super cracked and crazy. So you get the Inheritable Piercing, which comes up sometimes. A lot of times I don't really care for it, but it is nice to be able to swing over a body and still get a check without. So you're doing essentially like a board clear while doing a check and applying pressure. Last Stingmon's going to be one of these guys. You can reduce the play cost by 1 if you have a blue Digimon, and the Inheritable is actually super nice. You get to draw if you have a blue Digimon in play. So this paired with the draw Vmon, the promo Vmon, and the egg, you're drawing 3, which is it's kind of cracked. Last for the level 4s, we have two Paildramon. Paildramon's pretty cool. Digivolves for 2 onto a Vmon, which is nice. 3 onto a Warmon because it's a green Digimon. But the 2 for 2 onto Vmon is really nice. Really like this card because you get to have the versatility of you don't need a specific level 4. It's blue and green, so it works out. You also get to suspend a level 4 or lower, which sometimes comes up. Against all these Rookie Rush decks that are coming out, sometimes people are just like playing like Pokemons or having some random rookie out, and it's nice to be able to suspend it and then swing over it. And it's also nice because it's 2-colored, it's dual colored, so the promo Vmon works well with it, just because it's you need 2 colors to activate this guy. So this is actually a really good stack. With the egg as well, you'll be drawing 2 when you swing. So I've definitely done that a good amount of times just to unbreak my hand at the start, and it's actually pulled me out of some really bad situations. So that's it for the level 4s. 5 XV, 5 Sting, and then 2 Lydra. All right, now for the level 5s, of course, it's an Imperialdramon deck. You got to run four Paildramons, the new SR BT17. Yeah, this card is just way too good. DNA Digivolving, suspend all the Digimon. Then, if DNA Digivolving, none of their Digimon can unsuspend until the end of their turn. Really, really good against decks that are trying to suspend, unsuspend, swing, like Mirage. You can really lock them out like that. Anything that does that, really, it's so good. And then, of course, one of the most broken effects in the game that makes the deck how strong it is. It's the partition. Being able to spit out your level 4s, both of your level 4s when your stack is about to die is so great because it makes your opponent second guess what they want to do with your stack. And then the last 3 level 5s, 3 Paildramon. Of course, you just need to see it. It's nice to be able to get the unsuspend, and sometimes the bottom decking actually comes up. There's actually one situation where I think it was against a Tyrant. He had his stack out, his level 4 Digimon, and I had both in hand, and I actually went into this one, even though this one doesn't have partition. I wanted to bottom deck his level 4 and essentially like messed up his tempo. I was scared of the ace, essentially, is what was going on there. I was scared of like the Mega Kabuterimon ace, because he would have just had crazy amounts of DP. So yeah, you went into this guy, and it's actually super nice. Now for the level 6, we have 3 of the Imperialdramon Dragon Mode BT16. This card is just way too good. Oh my gosh. So it's being able to Digivolve into your Paildramon for 3, suspending opponent's Digimon or Tamers, and preventing it from being able to unsuspend is huge. And then and then you suspend a Digimon. Oops, you suspend a Digimon or Tamer to unsuspend, which allows it to protect itself in terms of like you can't preventing it from being swung over, and also applying pressure if you need that extra on suspend swing. And then, of course, it has that all turns effect, where if an opponent plays a Digimon or Digivolves an opponent's Digimon with an effect, you can Digivolve into fighter mode, which, again, it's just such a great lockout. So many decks nowadays are using effects to Digivolve or using effects to play Digimon, and you just punish them for doing that. There's sometimes there's just no way around it, and yeah, it's just such a great lockout. Only 3 of, you see it every game. No need to run 4. I do run one of these guys. I know a lot of people do like a 2-2 split. I don't know. This guy is just, I always want to go into this guy. This guy's cute, the old starter. Just because you can play a level 4 or lower blue and or level 4 or lower green. This can come up when you're trying to just like really, really push for game and get that extra aggression in. Funny enough, this came up against Demon Lords. It's kind of cool because you can go into it, but you don't have to bring out your level 4s. It's level 4 or lower blue and or green. So you can honestly pop out both if you have like a level 3 green and blue rookie, you can pop both of those out actually, and then still have, if you have partition underneath, you're essentially threatening 2 more bodies. So it's actually really, really nice in matchup like that. So yeah, those are some situations I can come up. I actually go into, it's weird because this is a 1-of, but I actually go into it like a decent amount. But again, I always want to see this guy in the meta, the other one in the meta. But this is super nice as a 1-of. Now for the fighter modes, using the effect of the BT16 Dragon mode, you can go into these guys for free on your opponent's turn. It's really, really good. Of course, this is also a blast, so if when attacking, you can blast into the fighter mode Ace. Fighter mode Ace, it's super cool. It only bottom decks 1 with as many or fewer Digimon cards to the bottom of the deck. So, of course, that's nice. I know a lot of people like to also run it at 3 of. Some people like to totally ditch this one. This is the old BT12 one, but I like it. I guess I'll go into the reason why later. End of attack for this one, unsuspend this Digimon, then if IMPERIALDRAMON Dragon Mode is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. So end of attack is also really, really good. Now we have this fighter mode, the old one, Digivolves for 2 into a Dragon mode. This one's just really good because it's essentially like it's Giga Death. That's exactly what it is. I like it as a 1-of. Honestly, sometimes I wish I had it as a 2-of, but I think 1-of is enough. I always see it when I want to see it, which is kind of funny. But it's nice because you can bottom deck multiple Digimon. It's basically a Nidhogg. It'll bottom deck all of your opponents' suspended Digimon after suspending one of their Digimon. So it's crazy because it's really good against like decks like Nume where they have no sources because you suspend all of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution sources, Digivolution cards, and then you bottom deck everything that's suspended. So it's really good. Definitely comes up. In one of my matches I was playing against in the mirror, he had a suspended fighter mode Ace. And then I think it was Paildramon. And then he had a Paladin mode. Oh my gosh, that was so funny because I just went into this guy and everything. I had suspended everything with Paildramon, and I just bottom decked everything and gained and went straight to 10 because I bottom decked Paladin mode Ace and IMPERIALDRAMON Ace. So that was kind of crazy, but yeah, this is nice. It also gets Sec +1 and blocker, so if you need the extra protection, that's cool. It gets DP boost. It can go up to 15k when it has two colors. So yeah, definitely a good card. Last Digimon on the lineup is going to be the new BT17 IMPERIALDRAMON Paladin mode Ace. This card's really, really good in the mirror. Again, I only see people run this as a 1-of. I can see that. I can if I were to cut any of the Digimon, I would probably cut this 101 and run like an extra Davis Tamer, memory setter Tamer. But it's really nice having this at 2 just because it's literally it's always in your hand. It really is always in your hand. And surprisingly enough, in the mirror, this card is actually really, really good because if you blast, let's say if you blast at the right time, you strip all of the Paildramon sources, so then it won't have partitions. So that's really, really nice. I found myself in the mirror. I'll blast into this a lot. Even if they remove it, I really don't care that much. As long as I can threaten this body on the board, it's just so good. And then sometimes you can get a really, really cheeky turn steal, just because when Digivolving, trash all Digivolution cards of all your opponents' Digimon, then return all cards in your opponent's trash to the bottom of the deck. If this is effect, return a level 7 white, gain 3 memory. So again, in the mirror, it can be really cheeky turn steal if they have a Paladin mode ace in their trash as well. And then the one attacking is pretty cool too, by returning one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, unsuspend this Digimon. So it's another good turn extend, aggression extender. But it does have a overflow of 5, so you have to be very, very careful about when you're doing it. You have to blast at the right time. Also, having a level 7 is really good because you're able to protect your level 6 stack, like your fighter mode ace, with your Primo. So you need to be able to have this in your hand in order to protect your stack. Next up for the Tamers, we have 4 Davis Ken. Self-explanatory, this card is broken. You can play any of your rookies for free. And then when you Digivolve, gain a memory if it's DNA Digivolving, trash 3 cards. Again, really good in the mirror, really good against Tyrant, being able to strip all their sources, specifically the... oh gosh, I forget the redirect level 5. That one's really good. Stripping that one against New Maze, stripping all the sources from like a Monze stack, really good. This is the bread and butter of the deck. Have to run it at a 4 of. Last Tamer is going to be Davis. Just a great consistency card. Being able to drop this and basically add 2 because you add a blue and green. Love this card. I used to run it at 3. I wish I could still run it at 3. Like I said, if I were to ditch anything, it would probably be the Paladin ace for a 3rd Davis. Because sometimes that sometimes being able to go to 3 memory is absolutely necessary. Even though you have this guy, people might have like a floodgate where it prevents you from playing effects, or let's say you're under Crimson Blaze effect, you need to be able to drop your rookie for 3 and Digivolve for 2, and then still you'll be able to still keep turn because you'll gain 2 memory with your effects. Last card of the deck. This is probably the most broken card. This is easily the most broken card of the deck. Return to the Primogenitor. One of your Digimon may Digivolve into a level 5er Digimon card with free trait in the hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 4, then place this card in the battle area. It gives your stack, it'll give your Digimon protection when one of your Digimon with the free trait would be deleted other than by one of your effects delay by Digivolving that Digimon into a Digimon card with IMPERIALDRAMON in its name in the hand without paying the cost to prevent that deletion. So that is just so crazy. Keep in mind, of course, it'll give protection to it doesn't have to just be effects. Battle also works too. So Partition's biggest weakness, which is death by battle, is now completely fixed with this broken card. This is a HPD, a 2-cost HPD that gives your stack protection. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I honestly think they should limit this card because it feels very unfair to play. I run it at 3 of. Oh, and then security effect. You can play a Davis, a Tamer with Davis or Ken in its name, which is nice. Sometimes it comes up, sometimes it doesn't. Whatever. But really, the on play effect and the delay is the bread and butter of this deck. Primogenitor is also really, really good. It's not just for digivolving into your level 6s. You can also digivolve into your level 5. So actually in the mirror, I had Stack and Raising. It was a level 4. I had my Davis and Ken, but he had Dragon Mode out. So if I play if I play a rookie with Davis and Ken, I'm just gonna get bounced. So instead of playing a rookie with the Davis and Ken effect, I pushed my Digimon out, did Return of the Primo for 2, and then just went into a Dragon Mode to go into Paildramon, because Paildramon's actually a heavy Digivolve cost. You have to DNA into it to make it free. Otherwise, it's a 4 cost. But this makes it a 2 cost Digivolve, and then after that, I went straight into Dragon Mode. So then I had to come out that turn because they had 2 Davis Ken, and I was completely screwed. I would definitely lose. I think I had like 3 security. So if I don't come out that turn and answer and at least threaten something, then I would lose the game. So like I said, I brought out my stack, Digivolve for 2 into Paildramon, and then went into Dragon Mode. And I did have the old fighter mode. So I was just holding on to this guy. He had 2 Davis and Ken, but if you wait until he plays his last rookie, you can bot deck literally everything. And he knew that, so he didn't actually do it, and I actually ended up winning because of that play. So yeah, I think this deck has looked really, really good. Honestly, it has a good matchup into literally every single deck against Ancient. It's just Partition is the MVP there because they can bounce your stack. Oops. They can bounce your stack, but it doesn't really matter because usually they're only bouncing one card. They're only able to bounce 1 time, I mean. So then you have your Partition to like clap back the next turn. And then once you go into the Paildramon, this one's just so good because if you play correctly and you try to not give them as many Tamers, you can just keep blocking them down with this guy. This guy's really, really, really good. Just being able to suspend a Tamer makes it so that if they try, because most people are like running the red base, you can lock down their Tamers and they're just going to be sitting there like looking at themselves like, well, here I am. I can Digivolve into Ancient Guard, but I can't swing. And it's just like, you sit there just like laughing at them. It's just like, yeah, you can't really do anything. But yeah, and then of course it like I said, the all turns effect is just so good. Yeah, I don't know. This deck is just really, really good. Like I said, don't be afraid to go into this guy in the mirror. And also, I guess in the mirror, always be cognizant of Dragon Mode. I know that's kind of obvious, but if whoever wins in the mirror is pretty much whoever has a Davis and Ken, and is whoever is able to set this up as early as possible. That's how you win the mirror. Anyways, that's about it. I'd say the hardest matchup for this deck is probably the Magna decks, just because I was playing in a win-a-box tournament and I was in the finals. 2-0'd everybody except for the Magna player at the end. He totally smoked me because he saw Blinding Ray every time. You don't really have an answer to Magna. If they're constantly just having protection. It's nice because Primogenitor prevents you from dying from battle, so you can like pressure with swings, which that's really good. But the issue is when they have protection, you can't ace them. That's like one of your best tools against Magna is hope that when they're swinging they don't have protection, and then you just ace them and then bottom deck their stack. Unfortunately, he saw both of his Blinding Rays both games, so it was a rough one. Other than that, I mean, the source strip from Paladin Ace and Davis Ken, if you're able to strip them, is also good. I hope you guys like the deck profile. Thanks for watching. Peace.